Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be talking about the movie The Map That Leads to You that premiered on Prime Video yesterday. I don't really have much to say about this movie because I did read the book before, and so the movie seemed quite different than the book. I will say the movie just looked so different. It reminded me of a reality show from like 20 years ago, or kind of like a documentary. It gave me like Laguna Beach vibes from 20 years ago, even though we're so advanced in technology and social media. That was definitely incorporated in the beginning of the movie, especially with the montages. I don't know, it just had a very different vibe to it, and I didn't expect it at all. In the book, Jack and Heather do have some intellectual conversations, but those weren't shown in the movie. I guess, I don't know, it just seemed like it was made like a reality show, and how like cheap and only showing certain scenes for like dramatic effect. You didn't really get to see the characters like fall in love, really. I don't know. It just seemed like it was missing a lot of depth to it. Whereas I think in the book there was a little bit more depth for you to understand the characters and how they fell in love and their relationship. Whereas I feel like the movie did not do that. If I don't know, it definitely felt like it could have been deeper because Heather and Jack are highly intelligent and they speak in an intelligent way in the book. And so I just kind of wish some of those like intellectual scenes were shown in the movie to kind of show both sides. But yeah, it just gave me reality show vibes. I don't know why. And with the like dramatic scenes were the longer scenes. So like when they're arguing in the street, I don't know what country that was in, towards like the middle, towards the end of the movie, that was a longer scene. Some of the changes from the book to the movie were like minor. The one that stood out to me the most is in the voiceover, Jack is talking about how the map that led to her. In the book, it's not like that. In the book, she actually takes his grandfather's journals home, but it was inadvertently. It wasn't like, hey, here it is, like it was in the movie. It wasn't like that in the book. When they start traveling and doing many things, he asks her to put it in her bag so that he doesn't always have it out when they're traveling. And so when there are certain parts where they didn't need the book, so it just stayed in her bag, and then it ended up going with her home, and she actually uses the notebook to go find him. So that part was slightly different in the movie, whereas The Map That Leads to You is actually her taking the notebook and finding him later on. Her parents are together in the book. In the movie, it says that her mom has left her. That didn't happen. Her parents are very like supportive and in her life. It's her dad's friend who works at a bank that gets her the job. And so for him, when she wants to extend her stay, he gets a little worried because it's like, hey, like so and so keeps asking about you. When are you going to do the paperwork? When are you going to do this or that? Heather obviously always does, she's a planner. She always does her thing. So he's not necessarily worried on that extent. It's just about, giving this opportunity through a friend for his daughter. One scene I actually did like was the airport scene where she kind of like panics. I don't think she panics that much in the book. I think she kind of catches on that he was not coming, but it definitely showed that she was like panicked, and you kind of got the environment and her feeling, the way that they cut it and chopped it up in the movie. That is how I pictured the last scene of the movie, because the last scene of the book is her searching through this like crowd of people at this parade, and they really didn't, it was just very underwhelming watching it in the movie. That was the one thing that they needed to take note from the scene in the airport in terms of making it busy, making her anxious. They needed to put that in the final scene. I wish they would have showed her more going through the crowd and trying to find him, whereas like the first time she looked, he turned. And so I was like, oh man, I'm like, where is the anticipation? Like there was no anticipation for the payoff. Like there wasn't any of that. So that was a little, I don't know, that was a little frustrating. I was like, well, if they did the airport scene like this, I was like, I can't even wait to see how they do the ending scene. I think those are my thoughts on the movie, I didn't really have too much to say. It just, the overall thing is that it felt like a reality show in a way. And then other parts of it felt like a movie. I think the best scene was them arguing in the alleyway. I think that was the best scene, and I wish the scenes were more like that in the movie. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.